Okay, what I want now is a feast to use my new teeth. I'm from Australia. My name's Sam. This is my third rebuild of my face. It's like, you know, I've had the top already done by somebody else, and this front tooth fell out because I fell over and whacked myself on some concrete, and this tooth was loose and this tooth was loose. This one got better and this one didn't. So this is a new one, this one here, this tooth. And also Mr. Cheema did all of these. So how I ended up here was I actually did some research on the internet. Well, people would say to me in Australia, oh, you've got to go to Chiang Mai, blah, blah, blah. But when I actually looked at Chiang Mai, I looked at it and I thought, yeah, well. So when I found Dr. Cheema, I actually saw a photograph of him and his wife sort of in his surgery, and I sort of looked at it. My intuition said yes straight away. And after that, I checked out all of his videos and stuff, and it was a bit like it sort of said yes to me. So that for me was really important, that yes was there. Best thing to do is ring Dr. Cheema. Oi, how you going? So here we are. It took about just under 2 weeks to do all of this. I got 5 implants, like 3 here, 1 here, and 1 on this. And the implants are pretty painless. Like I've had extractions. I've had lots of dental stuff. I've had terrible dentists from when I was a kid. You know, it's like I've been terrified of dentists. I've been terrified of pain. And it's like, for me, it's a bit like Dr. Cheema. It's just completely painless. The implants it's a painless operation. It's amazing. It's not even an operation. It's like the tooth comes out and the pin goes in, and it's like, wow, this is just incredible. It's like, so anybody who's got any doubts about, you know, implant technology, it's so much better than bridges. I mean, I had bridges down here that fell out, and I had bridges under here that fell out, and it's just like, implants, it's like they're in your bone, they're part of you, you know. It's like if something happens to your tooth, you cut it off and just screw another tooth in, basically. So if you got any questions, email me, whatever. I've given Dr. Cheema my, you know, acceptance for, you know, if you want to email, if you want any questions, just do it. But I recommend the old bloke. I mean, he's an amazing man. I totally agree with him. And he does a great job. There's the proof. And the bite aspect is something that I needed fixing. And the mark of a good dentist is when they can actually fix your bite. That shows a good dentist. And my bite is now perfect, and I really love it. Thank you. The work that he's done is like I'm a builder, right? I build things, I design things. So when I really got down to the pragmatics of how the dentistry was done, and I've lived with dentists as well, so I know what dentistry is about. But I wasn't familiar with how the actual implants worked. I knew you sort of had this metal pin and they dig it into your jaw and it's like they stick a tooth on top of it. But when I got down to it, Dr. Cheema, when I first arrived, we had a CT scan done on the jaw, which meant that using computer technology, we can actually segment and like spin around and look at every possible angle of the actual jaw itself and work out the actual health and density of the bone and the placement of the actual pins, implants themselves, and how fat they have to be and how long they have to be, because different densities of bone, like being 66, my bone isn't as strong as it was when I was 23. So the situation was that I was sitting there in the chair looking at like Dr. Cheema sort of putting on like half a dozen different like fat ones, long ones, shorter ones, so that you ended up with the right implant relative to the actual bone that's actually available. So, and when I sort of look at, you know, building buildings, it's sort of very similar. I mean, dentistry is sort of just the same as building any sort of building that you want it to last for a long time. So getting the actual support structure in is like putting the foundation in a building, and then you actually plant whatever you want on top of that solid foundation. So to get that solid foundation in the pin is really important to start with. So, and now I have this, like all of these, are there's basically zirconium, which is like solid ceramic, which means that there's no metal in them. The only metal is actually in the pins themselves, and they actually feel really nice. And the bite itself, when I first, because of the way my face was for a long time, all I had was sort of this much bite, like about ½ inch of bite on one side of my face. And now I've got this whole thing. It's like, goodness me. I've had 2 meals now, like immediately after the whole implants were done. Like, this is 10 days, 2 weeks later of when we first started. And it's a bit like, whoa, this is just like, oh, this is really cool. I like this. So I'm looking forward to lots of meals. So that's about all. There's the result. Yeah, I'm happy that the treatment's been successful and my bite is fixed and I can eat now and it was painless and it's cost effective. It's like in Australia it would have cost me over $30,000 to do this, and here it was a third of the price. So there's a lot of pluses happening here. Yeah, it's good fun.
Good.
That's great. Ta-da.
Happy?
Happy, of course I'm happy. I'm out of here. Oh dear. Got teeth again.
Happy with the bite?
Yeah, bite's good. Yeah, it's easy to replace teeth, but it's not easy to fix the bite, hey? That's good, thank you. Be able to eat apples.
Happy with new teeth?
Of course I'm happy with new teeth. Thank you very much. Very good.